Welcome back to the Daily Recount. Today's story is for anyone who has ever had a boss that takes all the credit and none of the blame. Our narrator spent 3 years being the brains behind a man who couldn't even format a PDF, until he pushed her too far. This is her account of what happens when you stop being a team player and start being a whistleblower.
I worked for David for 3 years. He was the kind of manager who would spend the entire day playing golf and then walk into a 4 p.m. meeting to present my spreadsheets as his own work. Every time I asked about a promotion, he'd give me the same line. "You're doing great, but you're just not visible enough to the executives yet." Last month, the senior VP position opened up. I had more than enough experience, and I'd literally saved the company $200,000 in overhead that year. I went into David's office to tell him I was applying, and he actually laughed. He told me I was too valuable where I was, and that he'd already recommended his nephew for the role, a guy who was currently under investigation for HR violations at his last job. That was the moment the switch flipped. I realized as long as David was my boss, I was never going to win. So, I decided it was time to make him very visible to the executives. I started digging. David wasn't just lazy, he was sloppy. I had access to his corporate card for departmental expenses. I started noticing charges for client dinners on Saturdays at 5-star steakhouses in the town where his mistress lived. Then there were the office supplies that looked suspiciously like the serial numbers for a set of high-end golf clubs. I spent 2 weeks building a folder. I didn't just have suspicions. I had receipts, GPS tags from his own social media posts, and a paper trail of embezzled travel funds totaling nearly $15,000. I was sitting on a nuclear bomb, and the senior VP announcement was only 48 hours away.
She had the receipts, she had the motive, and David had no idea what was coming. But as we all know, HR isn't always your friend. In part 2, we see exactly what happened when she walked into the board of directors meeting with that folder. Have you ever caught a boss doing something illegal? Did you report them or keep your head down? Tell me in the comments and stay tuned for part 2 tomorrow.